Despite all the bearish market conditions Cardano has experienced in the past months and is experiencing recently, why are crypto enthusiasts and experts optimistic about Cardano? Watch this video until the end to know that this is why Cardano's future is looking bright. In this video, let me share with you about Cardano, the most controversial crypto project ever released. It's a fact that half the people out there love it while half hate it. Meanwhile, it doesn't matter what your opinion is about Cardano, much is happening right now on this token. Volumes are blowing up, more and more applications are coming on board, and there are some very interesting developments to share in this video. First, let's talk about how much Cardano is now. The market cap of ADA is about $25 billion, and it is trading at 74 cents of a dollar in the first week of May. CoinGecko says Cardano is ranked 9th out of the big cap plays available. Currently, there's a lot of pressure on crypto markets and the overall market due to the current geopolitical and macroeconomic turmoil they're currently experiencing. Cardano is still within the top 10 despite all those things, and this is due to its growing ecosystem, its loyal holders, and the many developments occurring today on the chain. Now let's take a look at what Cardano has been happening recently. Let's see how much volume there is and how many fees there are. Cardano currently has a higher volume than even Ethereum, but its fees are much lower. At present, Cardano has a 568-fold price advantage in gas and transaction fees. The reason Ethereum is experiencing this right now is that the chain is congested, making every single transaction on top of the chain expensive, whereas that is not the case with Cardano. Further, there are many users because of the growing ecosystem. Reports indicate that the daily number of new addresses created has increased by 167% and now stands at 112,000 per day. More than 112,000 new addresses are coming aboard per day, not per week or month. This shows you how many people have joined this system and are taking advantage of its growing capabilities. Speaking of ecosystems, even though Cardano is not yet done with its enhancements, it is said that the coin is currently on the leading edge. Currently, there are several decentralized applications in the ecosystem, where everything from DEXs to wallets to DeFi to marketplaces to infrastructure lending and borrowing to the launchpad. The biggest application within the Cardano ecosystem is CNFT, which is OpenSea's competitor. It's an NFT marketplace, and it's the largest one within the ecosystem of Cardano. In addition, the collections within CNFT are growing at a rapid rate. Currently, a lot of energy is being collected. There is a lot of volume moving along, and many great partnerships are going forward. Clay Nation, for instance, is part of the NFT project partnered with Good Charlotte. Moreover, the Cardano network is still growing, and many partnerships have been formed to make its ecosystem even stronger. An example is this one with Nervos, which is currently building bridges between all of the major chains, including Ethereum. Once they have finished, Cardano will be able to communicate with Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain, Cosmos, Polygon, and every other major chain out there. Also, Cardano has partnered with Cody, which is powering A2Pay right now, and they're currently working on a stable coin for Cardano's ecosystem, DJED, that will be released in the second half of the year. Aside from this, ADA, another stable coin player that's coming to Cardano, and we're expecting it to be a prominent player in the ecosystem. This shows that the ecosystem is very healthy and is growing at a rapid pace. Cardano is a bit light in terms of DeFi, yet it is just starting and is already starting to rise. Take a look at TVL. It's under 130 million, but you can see it went from 0 to 130 million in a concise period. And the biggest and most hyped up DEX within the Cardano ecosystem is now operational, SundaeSwap. Therefore, they can provide liquidity pools where people can deposit and earn interest, thereby enabling decentralized trading. But the SundaeSwap is not yet completed. Currently, there is some congestion, so they are working hard to optimize the process. Additionally, they are working on a reverse ISO that will decentralize the pools. Pools abound, close to 3,000 of them, and their stakes total over 70%, 0.51%. Similarly, Pavia is another project that's getting a lot of hype. It's a metaverse, a centralized sandbox built on top of Cardano. Known as Pavia, 93,000 of their 100,000 NFT lands are now spoken for, according to their latest tweet. It's also interesting to note that Pavia recently acquired another company called Cardano Kids. In a way, this is kind of intriguing because the game is a full-fledged NFT game. Quite intriguing, right? Since I mentioned at the beginning that that Cardano isn't completely done and we are not in the Basho era right now, which is a scaling phase. Further, the team is working on scaling Cardano once it has completed smart contract decentralization and foundation. Moreover, Hydra will be used to create multiple chains. Currently, Cardano can handle about 250 transactions per second, but with all the chains coming on board, Cardano will be able to handle unlimited transactions. In addition to that, there will be a considerable degree of interoperability between the different chains within the ecosystem. In the future, there may be governance, but currently we're in the scaling mode and the team has already begun. So those are the basics of Cardano. You can see that the number of users, dApps, and the ecosystem are growing by leaps and bounds. At the moment, even though ADA hovers around $1, you should not be deterred from joining this fantastic project that I believe will have a fantastic future. In another interesting development, Cardano holders with over 10 million tokens have noticed a sudden spike in price. The number of addresses in this cohort grew by 12 within the past 2 weeks, meaning that these investors today have at least 120 million ADA more in their wallets, and that's what Cardano needs to worry about. While the number of investors holding over 10 million ADA has decreased significantly between January and today, their supply has remained the same. Although they controlled almost 48% of the supply back in 2019, their holdings began to climb again in January of last year, and they currently control nearly 40% of all ADA, the most out of any single cohort. The presence of these 478 investors alone holding 15.86 billion ADA raises the concern of an immediate dump. With 33.75 billion ADA currently circulating, a huge dump of 10 million plus ADA would adversely affect Cardano's price, and given its current status, Cardano does not need any more of those. Since the end of last month, Cardano has done nothing but crush the hopes of its investors, who were elated following the altcoin's 54.79% rally. As a result, ADA fell through important psychological levels of $1, 2 cents, and $1, invalidating the rally and disappointing investors. And they even displayed this sentiment in their on-chain behavior. Following a series of giant splashes worth almost $80 billion toward the end of March, the whales began to slow their activities to transactions worth less than $10 billion, and it started to take shape as soon as Cardano marked the top of the local chart on 5th of April. Investors lost interest too as soon as red candles appeared, and the network noted that the transaction count had plummeted to merely 20K a day, the lowest level since December 2020. Until then, the average number of transactions per day was between 80K and 100K. Now, why is Cardano's future looking bright? In the meantime, the ADA token from Cardano seems to be struggling to reach the $1 mark, and it is currently in the red for many investors holding ADA tokens. Cardano's community, however, is extremely positive. Does the future look bright for Cardano? The future of the project of Cardano indeed seems promising since it is envisioned as a long-term endeavor. With this, the long-term performance of Cardano can be attributed to numerous reasons. Considering Cardano's scientific approach and long-term development, there is a strong chance it will have a bright future. Following a long wait, Cardano could finally become the basis for decentralized apps by introducing smart contracts. What remained was expanding scalability to a massive scale, and future Cardano blockchains should outperform other blockchains due to Cardano's increased scalability. Moreover, most areas of a Cardano blockchain are superior to those of other blockchains. As long as Cardano maintains its scientific working methods in the future, this should continue to be the case. What is the potential future growth of Cardano? How high can it go? In the future, Cardano should appreciate dramatically due to the further development of the Cardano blockchain. With a look at the future, it has been found that the current Cardano price is a good entry point. Additionally, a new all-time high should be reached, and the price of ADA will surpass $3 in the next bull market. So do you agree with this? Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below, and make sure you click the subscribe and bell buttons.